But a lot of people that I know, the kids raised in America, let's say America, versus Bangladesh, and I'm not talking about my child, but I'm talking about kids, and we're talking about child rearing at this stage. We American like tular moto hoy. I don't know kemne bujhabo. Tula is a good analogy for a garment person, I think, you know. Sociable ma, and I'm not shitting on anybody's kid. I understand why though.
Yeah.
Number one, a lockdown period, it's affected a lot of kids' psyche, right? But on top of that, I just realized আমাদের এখানে being around dada, dadi, chacha, all these members in the family, etc. You don't have social barriers, bro. We can socialize with anybody. আমাদের কিন্তু কথা বলার কোনো এদিকে ওরকম barrier নেই, তো we're secure, ভাববে সে, etc., etc. Hello, and welcome back to another Bayla podcast. I figured we haven't done this in a while. Onekdin kono content banano hoy nai. You know, everyone's been to an inflationary downtime. So I figured why not do a video, and why not call somebody that is very close to me, Mr. Azfar Hassan. Welcome to the Bayla podcast.
Thank you for having me.
I'm glad to have you here. Disclosure, I go way back with this guy before Bayla. So I call him Azfar Bhaiya.
Yeah.
And I will refer to you as Azfar Bhaiya.
Yeah, I told him to change the term a few times.
I'm not going to go Azfar bro, none of that. I'm not going to do that. I'll stick to what I'm familiar with. Azfar Bhaiya, the one that we coined in Toronto together. That was a good time. So yeah, dude, very nice to have you here.
Thank you.
Let's go in with RMG first.
Yes.
And
our
yeah, I mean, our mutually shared interest.
Our bread and butter.
Our bread and butter. Is bread and butter good nowadays, or is times really tough?
Times are pretty tough.
Very
it's gonna
tough.
Very tough. Yes. I mean, I'm just I'm not like a huge size factory, medium size factory.
Yeah, same.
Medium size factory. So for me, it's a tough time, but I see a lot of hope in the future, and I think এখন আবার orders and stuff started coming.
Yeah,
and we see it's good.
Yeah, we're getting more inquiries these days.
Yeah,
but this brings me to the point that I really wanted to talk about, and we had a earlier discussion about this, which is that it looks to me like with inflation, rent has gone up and you're willingly paying rent. Electricity has gone up, you're willingly paying your electricity bills. Tomato dam barse, alur dam barse, piyazের দাম barse. Oh, so expensive now. Everybody is paying it willingly, সবাই willingly দিচ্ছে. But when it comes to our clothes that are literally the fabrics we put on our bodies, we are being pushed to lower prices, maintain really old prices, unadjusted for inflation, unadjusted for current gas price hikes, etc. Some customers are paying.
Some, very few.
But this is a minority, am I right?
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
It is.
You have the language.
Yeah. And এখনো যে নতুন inquiry and things আসতেছে.
Yeah.
Things we've worked, the prices we've given 2 years ago, ওটার থেকেও এখন কম চলছে.
Yeah.
But they don't come to.
You know, I was just telling you, Jay, I went to a buying office meeting last week, and they're asking for T-shirts for $1.60, and just saying, "Oh, you this is the final price. That's all you're going to get."
With high density print.
With high density print, full coverage, not your basics, komdami rubbish, none of that. Like actually proper Italian brand looking for to source their styles, and it's like $1.60. It's cheaper than a bottle of water in what it would cost in euros in Italy. So ওদের দেশে পানির থেকেও কম দামে আমার কাছ থেকে যখন নিতে চায়, আচ্ছা ভালো কথা, they have the right to say this, right? But আমার কাছে now, as of late, and I don't know if you sympathize with it or not, it feels like an insult.
It is an insult.
Right?
It is an
Am I wrong here to be that way?
You're not.
Right? It does.
But then it also makes me question that
Excuse me.
at the borrow, they probably know what the prices should be, right?
Yeah.
So do they think we can actually make that price and then still make money and still pay our wages?
But they say somebody is giving it to me.
Which is sad.
They're saying somebody's giving it to me. So if you are that somebody, we're going to find you. We're going to look for you.
We cannot do anything.
You won't know when we're coming. It could be in the middle of the night.
No, man, but I agree. It is insulting. Sometimes the kind of price they give is
sad. It's sad, and the worst part is that you are not giving the due respect, I feel, to the workers, to the effort, to the countless hours, people, thousands of hands. You say you're a medium-sized organization, so am I. I employ 2,000 people. It's still in the thousands, man.
Of course.
It's a significant number. So what do you think we should be doing about this? Do you think we should keep screaming into mics? Dam dao, price barrow, give us more.
We have to keep screaming because, I mean, I will give up that order because I'm a পোষাবে না।
I will give it up to Allah.
Yeah, but then we know a lot of friends and family who will take that order. People we know who will take that order. Until that stops, it's gonna keep happening. But
And if I ask you, how do you think we can make them stop? Is there any answer that comes to your mind? Because I wonder.
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah. And we might get into controversial territory after that. After this. So
I don't know. I'm taking that.
forget about it. Okay, so I wanted to ask you something.
Yeah.
What's it like being son of BGMEA president in this current state? Like, what has the experience been like for you? For your dad, it's a world-changing, unique opportunity, and he's leading it at the forefront, and that's amazing. Hats off to Uncle and what he's doing. But I'm curious more about you. How has that impacted you? Things you've been exposed to, information that you are hearing, perhaps something that you could share with us in your past 2 years of witnessing all of this?
I think past 2 years, if I say one thing, negative impact,
Yeah.
is I hardly get my father, our officer. I don't even step foot in my factory in the last 3 years.
As a
officer, he comes every 2 weeks once, but he has a entourage of BGMEA people.
Right. And he's always on the run.
On the run.
Right.
So I think that's one thing. But ওইটার জন্য I got to learn a lot more. এখন I'm very hands-on.
Right.
Much more hands-on.
Yeah.
Well, other than that, being the son of president of BGMEA,
How's that tag, man? Slapped across your face.
I mean, Abu's doing great. I'm so proud of him. But I get to meet so many amazing people through him. I get to meet so many amazing people through him. I mean, even the kind of exposure I'm getting through networking and other stuff. That's it. Other than that, I'm not very involved in trade politics, right?
No,
I think I'm handling the business. Abu's doing his thing. Doing amazing.
No, that's fair enough. And if you were to tell us that the future is bright, shining bright, chota, ujjol, bhobishot ache amader. If that were so, can you drop us a few hints of what you see forthcoming, things that you have heard or things you're expecting, let's say next 2 years, 3 years? Is there a silver lining to all this inflationary high price, minimum wage bere jabe, and order volumes? I know that Chinese orders will be coming in.
Yeah.
So what are these trinkets that you can sort of share with us, Etika?
Like we were talking about, a year is going to be challenging for sure. But then we see that China order, you believe Chinese order will come in A-sided too?
I mean, when America places these, they are placing these restrictions. I heard American customers say it out loud to me. We have trade restrictions with China. Some other FM naturally shipped করতে হবে. Vietnam's there, but Vietnam's capacity and background in all of this is not, I believe, as strong as Bangladesh in our 4 decades. Together.
Do you see any other destination as attractive as ours right now?
In terms of being compliant, having an infrastructure, a backbone, really, I mean, আমাদের দক্ষতা হয়ে গেছে.
Oh, yeah.
We have a market where if you're looking for an production manager, a line in charge for your sewing or whatever, a GM for your factory perhaps, you have skilled people that have been doing this for decades now. And you can recruit them, right? And they are well paid.
They are very well.
They're well compensated.
I don't think most people know.
No, most people don't know, and something that we want to vocalize more. I don't know কয়জন এটা end up করবে দেখে. It's just for the sake.
But I hope আরো মানুষ দেখে.
I hope so too, but it's for the sake of Bayla content, and we want to get some more information out there, such as যে Bangladesh garment industry. I asked this in previous podcasts, so I'm glad you brought this up. We don't seem to be attracting young talent as much as we would like. They are choosing MNCs like British American Tobacco, Unilever, এইসব যা আছে and
we're not attractive enough for them. I don't know if it's a preconceived notion or
করলে আপনারা attractive হবো তাহলে. What do you think? Is it the pay?
I think
is it
it's
the pay?
I don't
status?
I don't think it's the pay. I think it's the awareness. I think এখনো মানুষ মনে করে যে it's crazy work hours, factoryতে বসতে হবে অনেক দূরে.
Right.
Dorjigiri, but no, they should come see our offices. They should see what our corporate structures are, how we work with our people, so we don't advertise ourselves.
We don't. We should. We should. But it costs money, and money is tough for a lot of people these days.
But then to that question, so you don't think we have a brighter future?
I want to believe, and I do believe.
And there's no other attractive destination like
there isn't, and our potential has not been exhausted just because I think what we did wrong is we have saturated the market to the point where our competition has led to extremely low prices that are non-indicative of the effort that we put in, the history that we have built, I'm not saying you pay us as much as Turkey or Egypt
we don't.
Morocco or China or Vietnam even. I'm not saying that. But there comes a point when you start to question, is labor being exploited or not? Because you and I know they're not being exploited. But the consensus, the view, বিদেশীদের চিন্তাধারার মধ্যে আমি অনেক নোটিস করছি. I came back from America 2 months back, right? People, number one, Bangladesh চিনে না. Oh, Bangladesh.
Part of India?
Are you part of India or next to India? I was like, oh, okay, yeah. You guys,
I don't know, man.
yeah, they asked this. But the funniest thing that I heard in recent times, I met this girl and she was saying, oh, you still have slavery there, right? I was like, yo, what kind of a world, what fucking world are you living in? Slavery was when a key slave.
Does she see the tag in her ear?
I'm thinking, yo, don't you go to Zara, H&M and all these other brands that you know, you fashionista.
Wait, I have to ask this. Was she part of the connector random me or was she part of the okay.
RMG sector. RMG sector
but buying
you know.
Good.
But what struck me, and I'm me একজনের example they both and I spoke to other people throughout the years that I visited America.
I agree.
They don't have okay, আমি এভাবে বলি, আমরা আরেকটা আফ্রিকান কান্ট্রি একই. They would think sourcing from, let's say, Uganda would be the same as sourcing from Bangladesh, as in, but economically speaking, and অর্থনৈতিক ভাবে যদি আমরা বলি, we're not. We're miles ahead. Oh yeah, we're ahead of Pakistan. We're ahead of many societies. I understand there are underlying political issues with the country and finance and inflation, blah blah blah. That's not the point of our conversations. এটা extra আমরা না. So
একদমই না.
ওটা নিয়ে বলবো না, কিছু সমালোচনা করবো না মূর্খর মতো. But I would just say, yeah, definitely we prospect ourselves. Why the hell not, man? I mean, we have all that backbone. The question is, when will it come? Because things are quite dry. For my friends, for colleagues that I speak to, it's quite dry, man. Do you think, 1-2 years or what, longer? No, the ধৈর্য ধরতে হবে.
I don't know. I'm not an expert.
No.
Hopefully,
speak your mind. I mean, we don't.
A year and a half. The way I'm seeing things coming in.
I hope so.
And ultimately, do you realize আমরা কিন্তু যে ব্যবসা করি, full investment প্রথমে আমরা করি 6-7 মাস পরে টাকা পাই.
Right. So a lot of credit.
এখন যদি আসে going on,
a lot of credit going around. So going back to your dad, I imagine that also because he's busy with BGMEA and stuff, but also very recently he has got a grandson to pay attention to.
Yes. I gave him a grandson.
So big official Bayla, congratulations to you on becoming daddy. Oh man, that's big. I'm going to go to personal now.
So I'll have to say this, এখানে আমাকে অনেক সাহস দিছে. Because I asked him a few times, how does it feel being a dad and how?
But was I right or was I right? You know, people asked me, and funny, I was with this customer last night, and they were saying, "Ajkal manusha onek beshi vocalize kore, I don't want kids. Yeah. Anybody I see with kids, they seem miserable. You know, they're working so hard for the kids. They're sleepless. You know, exhausted, tired, blah blah blah." And I also pondered that for a long time. But I think my customers said the same thing, and I said the same thing as well. Imagine loving something so much that you're willing to do all that shit willingly. By yourself. Imagine having to.
And I didn't even know I had this much love.
You didn't know that. I always tell people.
But I was maxed out on love.
Right?
Right. Abu Amal Thai bonds, and then
absolutely. You know, amage jokhon manush jigesh kore na what it felt like. I always say you can't, number one, put it in words because you can't put it in words. But number two, inside of the I mean, from a men's perspective, you see if daddy you agree with me or not, right? From a man's perspective, there's a door inside of your brain, in your mind, that is shut. You don't know the door exists. But when you have that kid and you have them in your arms and that door is open, you get taken aback, like it's a shock. I didn't know I was capable. I didn't know I could be this selfless.
Yeah.
Selfish.
The right word is shock.
Shock. You're like, I mean,
but man, it's beautiful.
It is beautiful, dude. It's like, it's life transforming. And I would not change one thing about having my son. And it's like the one thing I look forward to. The one thing I look forward to is going home seeing my son.
Yeah,
I love my wife, but I want to go back see my son.
Huge credit goes to the wives for doing such an amazing job.
100%. Your respect for the mother.
Basically, the thing they went through that 9 months and then being inside that labor room.
It's beyond our imaginations. It's beyond our
video. It's like I don't
know.
Because I don't think I was built for that.
You're built for the other thing.
Or now every time we talk about, my wife is already ready about TMI, ready for the second one.
Yeah, I know, sure.
I can give another a lot of time share with the problem.
There's another door. I think there's another door. I don't know. I have one. I do want a second, but we want to plan it accordingly because it's not about me. It's about my wife who has to go through that transition, etc., and her boundaries and her goals and where she wants to go in all of this. But so yeah, dad life's been crazy for you, huh? Greatest cause of happiness all around. Tell me something though. Have you become less sociable? Bike time, hang out time, not correct. But you can just tell me directly. Like, do you think
the first, but I won't blame. This was by choice.
Right.
By choice. But
I agree.
Yeah. But then it was basically we conceived kora pore. My wife moved to Toronto for the delivery.
Yeah.
Oy time, and most people that know me, my friends, family, I need my wife by my side all the time. Like I enjoy it.
I get it.
Dawateo, like my greatest fear is to chiller accident, push my mayor accident. I was like, hey, I can't do that. It's always more fun on the go. But yeah, last 1 year, my son is 10 months old. Last 1 year, we've gone out this.
Right.
We enjoy every moment.
Right. That's the thing. But
not at all. But we also didn't. We're a firm believer in the fact that Azhar, my son, has to get used to our life and schedule rather than us changing our entire life and schedule.
Thanks. Yeah.
So that's why me and my wife were not bitter towards the whole parenthood experience. It's like, jokhon lagteche, actually, unpopular opinion. We love co-sleeping. We like it.
We still do it.
Yeah.
My son sleeps in the middle.
Yeah. আমাদেরকে তো বিদেশে এক তো bed time. We have no bed time. We try 10 টায় দাওয়া থাকলে পারবে সবাই মানুষ বাসায় আসবে.
This brings me to the next point, which is raising your child abroad versus Bangladesh. If you had to prefer one dynamic to raise your kid in, what would you choose?
For me, অবস্থা বুঝে ব্যবস্থা. Right now, in the next 10 years, I don't see me or my family moving anywhere.
Right.
Yeah. I'm the best of both worlds.
Right.
I want to earn here and burn the rest of the world. So.
Right.
I
love it, man. I love it. That's just solid.
পরে অবস্থা বুঝে ব্যবস্থা. But I think that আমার foundation, how I grew up, how nothing changed Bangladesh or Bideshe থেকে. It's
right.
What my parents.
I see Azfar Bhai, a lot of kids that have been born to friends, etc. Our personal friends, but a lot of people that I know, the kids raised in America, let's say America, versus Bangladesh. And I'm not talking about my child, but I'm talking about kids. And we're talking about child rearing at this stage. Boroha, we American like tular moto hoy. I don't know kemne bujhobo. Tula is a good analogy for a garment person, I think, you know. Sociable and I'm not shitting on anybody's kid. I understand why though. Number one, a lockdown period, it's affected a lot of kids' psyche, right? But on top of that, I just realized being around dada, dadi, chacha, all these members in the family, etc. You don't have social barriers, bro. We can socialize with anybody. আমাদের কিন্তু কথা বলার কোনো এদিকে ওরকম barrier না, we're secure, etc., etc. But I detect a little less of those things in the kids raised abroad. I don't know what you think. Your missus.
Yeah.
Do you think we should answer her call? You want me to say hi? Oh, it's gone.
Oh, it's gone.
Okay, I'll tell her hi later. I've been dejected. I'm broken. But what do you think? Bangladesh raised where?
I see the positives.
I see the positives only in that, right? I'll give a shout out to Ride. সে একটা কথা বলছেন আমাকে, বলছে যে বিদেশে একদম বানাইলে ওই বাংলা পানা একটু থাকবে না ভিতরে, মানে চলতে ফিরতে পারবে না। আমাদের একটা বাংলা পানা থাকতে হবে। You need to get a little dirt on your body কিন্তু, because the world is a rough place. It's tough,
and it's only getting rough.
It's getting rougher, you know. This did not make it easier.
No.
This made it harder. Anxiety has gone up, by suicidal stuff to mental health issues to everything. It's just gone up. It's not like it's cured. It's made business and other things easy. I can text you on WhatsApp and you're here, and that's amazing. But on the other hand, you're constantly going through TikTok, seeing other people's glorious lives and all this nonsense. I don't know, bro. I feel like I'm repping aware of it because we saw life before this.
Yeah, we did. We are old. I was thinking যে আমি যখন এখন আমার সবচেয়ে ছোট ভাই studying in Toronto.
Yeah.
And I can get him any time of the day, WhatsApp, Viber, we're video calling. আমি ইউনিভার্সিটি থাকতে when I was dating আমার বাংলা পাড়ায় যে কলিং কার্ড কিনতাম and then তখন I didn't have my own credit card obviously I was 17 when I was high school at Toronto. আব্বুর ক্রেডিট কার্ড নিয়ে স্কাইপে ক্রেডিট কিনে গার্লফ্রেন্ডকে ফোন দিতাম.
Tough times, man. Tough times. It's expensive.
It was very expensive.
It's expensive, bro. It's crazy.
Not fun time.
Are we good? Let me check with this. Are we good on time? Hello, we're good on time.
Yeah.
Good. So yeah, I feel like all this social media exposure and all this nonsense, I don't know if it's an aggregate good thing either. I feel like there is a certain level of anxiety that I noticed that exists ajke, which didn't exist, let's say, 10 years back in people. I didn't see manusha to thurthura but sensitive as well, dude. Come on, we got
Sensitive.
everybody's, it's like your feelings are the most important feelings in the world. Like the world revolves around you, you know. Bro, you're upset. You know how many billion people are upset at this very moment?
Oh yeah.
None of us are special.
No.
Suffering is a very common disease, I feel like. You know?
And I don't think আমাদের দেশে একটা জিনিস একটা negative. We don't pay attention to mental.
We don't. And we don't. ওটা নিয়ে কথা বললে you're presumed, especially men, যদি ওটা নিয়ে কথা বলি, you're presumed weak to some regard.
আমি যদি if I say I'm suffering through anxiety, depression, whatever. I'm বললাম তো even people close to me will be like, সব কিছু আছে, depression আমার কি আছে? What?
Right. Money doesn't cure depression. None. Status doesn't cure depression. You can, and depression can be of any form, any sort, you know. I know rich kids, highly privileged rich kids, they've got to terrible levels of depression, drug abuse, etc., and it's very much real, dude. Like, you know, it's not a strictly RMG platform, so I just felt like I could
I'm glad
I could branch out into that because honestly, dude, like, you know what? For the sake of branching out, and I don't know if you're going to agree with me or not, and I'm sorry if I offend anyone with this, there is a divorce and separation epidemic going on, bro. It's an epidemic, dude, you know? And
I think that brings me to the point, Ojit, your point, sensitive. People are way too sensitive.
Way too sensitive. On work, man. Oh, I mean, agree, it's like I'm not telling you to jor kore karo sathe thako, and you know what, you know, I'm married 6-7 years. I am coming up on anniversaries and stuff. I haven't figured out this marriage hack. In fact, if you ask people for marriage advice, most experienced married people will freaking laugh or smile about it. Because I think what they've realized is that it is very unique to the couple in question. You and your wife have a lovely relationship. You guys are best friends. I don't see that spark in a lot of other people. I'm not bad-mouthing anyone, okay? I wish to see that spark in more people. I feel that I share somewhat of that spark with some. I don't.
Of course.
You've observed us. I would rather take it. Yeah. So when I see a lot of that not existing, and then it's an epidemic, bruv. Like it's really an epidemic. I don't know if I'm speaking.
তুই আগে একটু বললি না যে 7 years married, but you still don't know what you're doing. Is that what you said? No.
Nah,
you're still
know what you're doing, Manaki. It's more like you realize each and every single person's case is unique.
Yeah.
You and your wife's dynamics is not the same as me and my missus's dynamics and then another person. So there's no secret answer.
There's no secret answer. There's no secret recipe. I think there has a lot of similarities between RMG. There's
right.
You can take my GM. I'm not wrong.
Let's not run the same way, right? My factory environment workers, the women, the management.
And I'm still learning. I'm 7 years married and 7 years in this industry.
Oh, we're married the same year, right?
Yeah, 2016.
Yeah, I got married, you came to my wedding, and then as soon as I finished, I was attending yours. That's crazy. Even though you've been in the relationship much longer.
Yeah, so 2016. So I've been in the industry since then. I've been married for 7+ years. There's something to learn ekhono. In garments, there's something to learn every day. In marriage, there's something to learn.
Yeah, there's, because I think মানুষ ওইটা অ্যাকাউন্ট করে না যে people evolve.
Yeah.
With time, people evolve. So তুমি যে ভার্সনটাকে চিনছিলা 7 বছর আগে, we variant. I am proud to say my wife is a way more upgraded version of who she was 7 years back. Proud to say she's self-educated, attained many achievements in those years. But I feel like evolutionটা যদি মানুষের হওয়া বন্ধ হয়ে যায়, if people stop evolving or self-development or self-growth,
I
feel like stagnation is what
Maybe.
Maybe, or some people, maybe they like the consistency. I don't know.
To each their own.
I don't have the answer. I just know I got a boy. My boy's awesome. You being called Baba yet?
He's only been saying Baba.
That's amazing. I love it. I love it.
It's 10 months old, so I can't datu tonight, but he's saying Baba.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna keep you for much longer. I know you have a place to be, and I also have meetings tomorrow. In conclusion, is it safe to say that we have a sunny future ahead in RMG? Then
We do.
Yeah,
We do.
that's great. And I don't know. I think after the wage increment and everything else,
Let's hope the electricity situation also.
the electricity situation has been crazy.
Joto costing, joto ikut. I did not account for generator চলবে 9 ঘন্টা 10 ঘন্টা every day.
I know. Diesel generator especially,
আমার তো diesel.
150 liters an hour on average.
I did not account for 5.5 lakh টাকা every day আমার diesel কিনতে হয়. And I did not account for the fact that I have to pick and choose. আজকে diesel পুরো কিনতে পারি না.
Right.
Pick and choose. আজকে কি fireman আধা চালাবো, dyeing আধা চালাবো, আর 2টা embroidery machine চালাবো. নাকি
That's the hard part.
That is
because you took the order in good faith. And then these problems that appeared later on, these are our problems. These are our buyer website. This is fundamentally an us problem. I hope the energy crisis does get resolved soon. I hope orders keep coming back, But during this time, I have to say, Bayla has been very supportive for me.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we all know Bayla is a network. And how you use the network is up to you. I always tell people, we introduce you to a network.
Yeah.
If you don't know how to network, that's on you, For example, I had 3-4 lines down. I knew Akim only because of Bayla. And Akim gave me subcontractual work that was ideal for my lines. So now I have 3-4 lines engaged for weeks.
Yeah.
Thank you, Akim, by the way. And, that's great. A support work. Had I not known him, it wouldn't happen. You're doing a lot of subcontract knitting in my factory and you've done it before as well.
I've done it before. Amar washing, there was a time 3 mash, it was just your order. Amar chotto washing, except garment washing.
And they do a good job with their washing. If people have garment dye, acid dye, all this tie dye kind of stuff, go to them. So far, clean kind of so. Good job, man. Clean kind of garment dye. That's a risky one,
Yeah.
But it's been very beneficial.
It's very important to know how to use this network.
Of course. And, you have resources, you have people, you have to reach out to them, you have to speak to them.
It's very easy to criticize, like, ki kore.
Yeah. We couldn't care less, to be honest, It's a lot of
But we're through Bayla, I got to meet so many amazing people.
Yeah.
There are so many people I got to connect.
Of course.
Akon, I'm working with them.
This office, where we are. We said because of all of this exists because of Bayla, And I know lots of people that have taken lots of advantages through this. I've gone and seen factories and learned things about their practices that I had no idea about in my life, And it's only because I'm Bayla and then they became friends, That's really it. But we should do a gathering soon, Azfar.
Yes.
It's kind of time, right?
It is.
Saim is hiding. I hope Saim watches this video.
Yeah.
He should. He's president. He should watch it. Azfar, thank you very much, dude. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
For helping us make content. You guys take care. All the best.